Shout out to the room.
You were looking so good to me the night we met. I could not see how deep you were.
Hey, everybody.
Now that some time has passed, you make me feel it was meant to last.
Hey, Tasha, did you see my makeup? Hi, B Pearls. No, I did not.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I did not. Love the show last night. Thank you. Hey, Lisa Michelle. Where's my pen? Okay, here we go.
When do I wanna love you? When do I wanna see you? Someday.
Shout out to the room. Shout out to the room. It's in the comments. Okay, I'll definitely take a look. Shout out to everybody that's walking in here. Why is my camera angle looking a little different? Okay, let's do this. What did I do? Can we do this? You're gonna just watch me adjust this really quickly. I ain't gonna get it right now, right? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the room. I hope you all had a great day. Today is Wednesday, December 14th. I had to look. It's been a day. I hope your day was amazing. I heard it's raining and snowing and it's been cold here in Los Angeles, but you know what? We made it. We made it back here. Yes, I did. I told you last night I wasn't coming on the morning show. I needed some me time. And boy, I slept. But then, when your body is naturally, available to wake up like that every single day, it's like, hello, we're not doing something. So, but listen, I had a busy day and I'm ready to talk to you. Let's just take a deep breath in and let it out. That felt better than I thought. Let's do it one more time. Just close your eyes if you can, if you're not driving. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're cooking dinner, if you're eating, if you're sitting on your couch watching something, take this deep breath with me right now, okay? For those of you driving, don't bother, please. All right, everybody take a deep breath in. Let's blow it out. That felt good, right? I almost fell asleep there. It felt good. Let's get the show started.
Finally, a show with an array of topics. I mean, she talks about it all. The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition, begins now.
All right, everybody, let's go. Showtime. Time to talk. I'm leaving work. I see everybody's in motion. Everybody's in motion. I love it. Shout out to the room. What a day, what a day. Hey everybody. Wow, it's been a day. It's been a really long day. So I'm excited to see you. Declan says, I don't get it. You tell me to go live. Hey Declan, shout out to Declan. Declan, I can't always cam you up. We got a show to do, baby. You can't, we got to schedule that, and you got to let me know, behind the scenes and all that stuff. The show's got to keep going, baby, but I do hope you're well. I hope you've been sending out all of your applications and all that stuff. I am looking forward to catching up with you, but you got to message me. You got to message me before the show, not during the show. But shout out to the room. I see a lot of you, is Lisa Seeley in the building? Hello? That's a real thing? Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's pull up. Who said this? Let me see something. Okay. Boom. Listen. A lot of you messaged me. Shout out to every single person that's messaged me. You know what's funny? I always tell you all, if I don't message you and I don't see your message, it's not me ignoring you behind the scenes. You even here, I'm never ignoring. I just either don't see your message, or there's, if there's something going on, as you can imagine, if there's drama or a thing or that or right? The messages pile on top of each other. There's literally 4 inboxes. And I don't know if all of you know this. And I said this before because I was missing message. And I was I don't know if you all know. There's 4 different mailboxes. Yeah, Chanel, I totally ignore you. I totally ignore Chanel. Everybody else, you know who I ignore? I ignore Chanel and Mrs. Preston. My back office girl too. Everybody gets ignored. No, but seriously, there's a primary inbox. There's a general inbox. There's a message request, and within the message request, there's a hidden message. I swear to God, I wish I can show you. As a matter of, you know what? It'll probably be a little difficult to show you on the other phone, because you know what I'm saying, but you gotta trust me on this one. So there's messages in the hidden message request. I don't know how it gets there. There's messages in the message request, and then there's messages in the general and the primary. It's like Looney Tunes. A girl can only sit on the toilet but for so long. That's where I do all my messages from. So I'm just saying, if I message you and you message me back and I message you back, just trust and believe she's either on the toilet or at least I'm thinking about you. But I do want to shout out everybody and say thank you for all of the messages that you have sent. I'm getting through them. I've combed through a lot today, even though I had a busy day. I was working. I had a gig to do. So shout out to Big Delvo, friend to the show. I'll be doing that for a little bit. And thank God, it's always great when there's a job other than Uber. Lord have mercy, get me off the streets. Get me off the streets. Listen, get me off these Uber streets and let's work our way to the contract. Hello, everybody. But nonetheless, I just want to acknowledge all of the message and say thank you. All of everybody, everybody that shared their own levels of compassion. Some were quite colorful and interesting, and I will say to the quite colorful and interesting ones, be careful with how you threaten people on these social media spaces, because cyberbullying is real, and the things in which you send people and threaten people can be used and held against you. So you might be rallying for someone and really, really sticking up for someone. And that's great. And we all should do that, right? We all should love on our people and protect our people. But be very careful how you approach the other parties. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So for those of you who thought it was necessary to send me threatening messages in support of someone that you support because you don't quite like me, I'm here to say you better be very, very careful. And I'm going to keep the smile on my face because I did enough calling and consulting and screenshotting and asking a lot of questions. What I am going to do is lead into letting you all know that if you weren't aware of what cyberbullying is, you should probably go and look that up and tiptoe on how you deal with me. Okay? All right. We're going to leave it at that. As you come on here, I never tell you who to watch, what to do, where to go, who to subscribe to. That's none of my business, none of my concern, but I am very, very grateful that you all take your time, whether you watch me in the morning or the evening, and you come and you spend time with me, whether you spend time with me the whole show, half the show, 10 minutes of the show, you come in and watch the replay. I'm always grateful for all of your support that you have done. And you know what? This is a growing thing. I'm very protective of my space here because this is something that I put my blood, sweat, and tears and, I put my soul into, and this is something that I'm growing. I have been doing this for a very long time, and, on and off for, when I had my children, and dipped my whole entire self into the beauty world. And now I'm back. And so I do this selflessly. I do this because I am going to die doing this. This is not a newfound love for me. This is something I've been doing in the broadcasting space since 16 years old. So, I know there's a lot of you that aren't familiar with who I am and how long I've been doing this and all that stuff. I'm very transparent. And for those of you that think I was just discovered yesterday, I listen, I get it, and it's cute and it's fun, but I didn't find my voice a couple of months ago. I found it over 20 years ago. So shout out to me. I don't know if you all think about how far you've come in life. I know that I have an audience of a mature age here. I do joke around and call you all the vintage community. Weren't you all my geriatric community at first? I love all of you, and I love the fact that I can be myself. I can joke around with you all, and we can have a really, really, really good time. And, here I am. I'm 37. I'm not like a young spring chicken here, right? And, but I love the fact that you look at me as your crazy little sister on the internet, and you have a good time with me, and you uplift me, and you encourage me. And I keep telling you all, when we get to a new home where there's seating, real seating, and a studio audience, I can't wait to see all of you there, and see who my amazing vintage community is. No, but I am proud of all of you, because I see your messages. You tell me I encourage you, and I'm like, no, you encourage me. And so the fact that you all trust me and want to listen to me is super cool. So I want you all to be proud of yourself. I hope you all at some point of your day, pat yourselves on the back and look at your accomplishments and just really be proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Just really be proud of yourself. I don't do it enough for myself. And so when other people do it to me and for me and honor me, it's like weird. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, not too much on me, thanks. But then I sat and I thought about it, and it's like, no matter how many roadblocks I've come up against, no matter how many no's I've been told, no matter how many times I thought I failed, I really am winning because I keep getting up. I continue to believe in myself. I continue to believe in the direction that I want to go in, and I keep freaking going. So I hope you all keep going in whatever your world looks like and whatever it is that you're trying to do. And we have some fun with that, right? So shout out to the room. Shout out to the whole room. I hope by now you have taken your shoes off. You all know that this is a no shoes in house policy. No shoes in house. The house is the studio, okay? Take your shoes off. It's all yucky and cold outside, and there's poop on the bottom of your shoes. Grab yourselves a drink. Oh no, my tea bag fell into my cup. That's disgusting. Well, not the whole tea bag, but the paper. The paper part. Now I don't want it anymore. I just don't. I don't know. I'm going to drink it so we can cheers, but ill. Like ill. The bar is fully open, so everybody please get any kind of drink of your choice. The bar is fully open. I've got my big mug today, and it's nice and hot. It's a cold like 50 degrees outside, so this feels really, really good. And I want us all to toast. This toast is for someone I did not know personally. But if you've ever watched the Ellen show in the 1,000 years she's been on TV, she had a wonderful DJ on there she had a dancing DJ, and he was full of life and personality for every time we saw him on her TV screen. For those of you that might have known him before, I didn't know him before. I saw him on Ellen, and that's where I knew him from. He just seemed like he had so much energy. He gave so much energy to the show and through our screens. And this man had a wife and 3 children, and unfortunately, he couldn't see past whatever it is that was shaking his internal world up, and he took his life. And so when I woke up this morning, the first thing I saw all over my phone was DJ Twitch is dead by suicide. He was 40 years old, and that's far, far, far too young. I think any age today is far too young. But at 40, he barely scratched the surface of his life. As you're still holding your glass, I just want to play. I just want to play something for all of us here.
My favorite thing that we've added.
What's your favorite thing?
This is Ellen.
It's you. I love you. I love you so much.
That was Ellen telling him that she loves him so
You
much.
want to know my favorite thing that we've added?
What's your favorite thing, though?
It's you.
I can't imagine what his wife, his children, Ellen, his friends, his family, how they're feeling. Because I personally didn't know him, and to all of you that have followed him. So I want this toast to be in memory of DJ Twitch. I want this to be in memory of him. I want us all to just really close your eyes as we sip this and hold him in our most deepest, softest, warmest place in our soul, in our heart right now. Here's to DJ Twitch and his family that he leaves behind. All right, everybody. It is very sad. It is very sad. You know, I am a huge suicide awareness advocate. As we get closer and closer to the date that my cousin took his life, this hit me a little bit differently. It scratched very, 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 very deep. So, if there's anybody watching me right now, whether you're live or you're watching the replay on this, you know, please know that every single situation is solvable. Every single situation has a solution. And I say this all the time to us here. The sun is always shining above the clouds. Okay? The sun is always shining above the clouds. Okay? That's for you. Whoever you are, that's for you. And I listened to a lot of lives. I watched a lot of discussions today. And, you know, so many people are putting out the suicide prevention number. And that's helpful. But I swear to God, if you have never been in a dark place, if you have never been in a dark place, you will never understand what it is to just want to check the hell out of here. You don't want to call anybody. You don't want nothing. Do you understand me? So sometimes that number is so useless when that person cannot see past the moment they're in to check out. Okay? So the sun is always shining above the clouds. Okay, everybody? Shout out to Zion. Zion Party's in the building. She says, hi, Auntie. Shout out to all of my nieces and nephews that belong to the Natasha Simona sequence in here. Zion Party is one of them. Hello? And shout out to the room. We've got an exciting show coming up for you right now. As much as we're getting ready for the holidays and it's the biggest gift giving season of the year, we're all going broke. But you want to know something that's following? Taxes. Where's my buzzer? Taxes are coming up. And one thing is for certain. There's two things for certain. Death And the IRS, they want their money. So I have an amazing guest for you by the name of Laura Foos. She's a firecracker. She's gorgeous, and she's about to get us straight. So any questions that you have regarding your money, your taxes, all of that, everybody in here that has an LLC, I told her, she was like, is there anything specific you want to talk about? Well, I have a new LLC. Shout out to me. I mean, it's not new like yesterday, but you know what I'm saying? So we're going to ask her some questions. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to stay clear of the tax man, I guess. Laura, she's taking off her shoes and she's grabbing her drink. Straighten up, everybody, and behave, okay? Let's learn.
Natasha Simona secret.
That's not what I wanted to do. Where's Laura? Uh-oh, something went wrong as she's walking in. Let's get this right.
Oh,
Laura,
hey, Natasha.
Laura, you walked in the door and I'm like all fumbling and stuff. Something went wrong and I had like a whole special thing for you. You're so cute.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome to the
You want me to,
Natasha
like, go
Simona
out
sequence.
again?
No, please don't do that. I'm not sure why would I. Okay, let's see if this is it.
Sequence.
Here we go.
Evening edition. Tonight's special guest, tax expert Laura Foos.
There we go. We got
that
it right.
sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. I love it.
Listen, Laura, my apologies. You know, although I'm not a one-woman show anymore because I do have an executive producer, thank you to Rick Party. I've got a back office team. I'm still a one-woman show here.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I have been that way for many, many years myself. As I am growing, though, I'm adding to my team, but I have certainly been there for many, many years.
It's like a circus. It's like a circus here. Like, wait a minute, I pressed the wrong. Hold on. Well, welcome to the show. This is my first time meeting you. I've heard some really, really cool things about you. Actually, I'm being modest by saying cool. I heard some really amazing things about you.
Thank you.
You know, when we have our little team powwows, he's like, we have a calendar, and I see, you know, Laura Foos pop up. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure you're used to people saying, "Hi, Mrs. Food," Food.
Yes, and it's fine.
So I said we have a food lady coming on. Tell me why am I talking to a food lady? And when I talk to Rick, this is, you know, I'm going to blow him up real quick. When I talk to him and he's doing other things, it's like, you know, he just says yes. And right. So I said, okay, so we have a food lady come out. He says yes. I said, okay, tell me about it. And he goes, well, you know, she's a live wire, and you know, she's great and she's funny, and you're gonna love her, and she's gonna talk about taxes. I said, the food lady's gonna talk about taxes.
Right, you were all confused.
Well,
like,
because in the
what?
calendar it said Laura Food, and so he goes, wait, what did you just say? Well, at any rate, I've heard some great things.
But we're here now.
Yes, we're here now, and it's corrected. You are Laura Foos. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, and you said it right. So when you said it the first time, I was like, hold up, and she pronounced it correctly. So no, we're here. I love it.
Where's the sweet accent from?
I don't know. I'm originally from upstate New York, and now I'm in D.C., but I've been in D.C. all of my life, so I don't know, because a lot of people say it's like a Southern accent.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Like, I'm just waiting for you to offer me some pie.
And I don't bake, so even though food, and I don't really cook or bake that much. So
hello, what's the secret? Listen, we're doing a transform with Tosh over here. It's a 4-month journey so that my fat behind can lose like 60 pounds. So if you don't really eat, then baby.
Oh no!
Besides taxes.
I eat. I said I don't cook or bake, but I can eat. I do eat, and I have been on an exercise journey myself. And that's a whole other show.
Okay, well, when you come back, because now you're friend to the show, so
yes.
Yeah, shout out to the DMV, shout out to everybody there. Listen, I'm excited. I don't, you know, taxes is probably the most daunting thing that anybody can do from the minute we start working at 15, 16 years old, all the way till expiration date. It's the most dreaded time of year. It's big.
Well, it's not going to be anymore, because you started following me today. Taxes are not going to be that way no more. You're going to be like, okay, she is going to make taxes fun. So now, not if you owe taxes, it's not going to be fun. Yeah. But learning about taxes, my tax tip, my tax classes, you're going to have a good time. And you started today following me when I just started my 12 days of Taxmas. So I'm gonna have some fun videos every day leading up to Christmas with tax tips. So your audience, make sure y'all are following me so they get these 12 tax tips that we have coming up over the next 12 days. So I certainly do try to make taxes fun because, as you said, it's a subject that no one wants to talk about. However, once I got involved and then social media started, I was like, I have to teach people about this and how can we make it fun. So unfortunately, yes, in my videos you will see like I talk a whole lot. I'm going to make it funny. I cuss a whole lot. So unfortunately, I'm going to try to keep it cute this evening. But I tried to break it down so that anybody could understand taxes, right?
Yes.
So that you know, as an everyday person, what can I be doing during the year? And then when we get to tax season, of course, me and my team are going to help you with taxes.
Okay. So I want to know, first, let's, you know, you have such really great energy and you're very energetic, in just breaking down something that is dreaded. I'm curious to know, finance was that something you've always wanted to do? How did you fall into finance and now, specialize in taxes?
Well, it did start out when I was much younger. I started, like a cleaning business. I went to nail school when I was 16. And I went to school to be an accountant because I figured any business, any line of work, somebody got to handle the money. And if somebody's going to handle my money, I want it to be me. And then probably 15 years ago, myself and 3 partners, we started a hair salon. So our hair salon Couture, shout out to Team Couture. We won, if you're familiar with Steve Harvey, Rashawn McDonald, we won the Steve Harvey Hoodie Awards 5 times.
No way. Is this why? This is why your hair is so like you're giving me like I'm. Shout out to everybody that's in here who gets like anxious when you see a really dope short haircut, ladies. Yeah. I'm sitting here like
I love my short hair. Yeah, I've never had hair. It's always been short. So yes, so that's where some of it comes from. As well as then I have a corporate job. And one of my best friends for years and years got into taxes. And she was like, I'm telling you, this is perfect for you. And I was like, no, I love my corporate job. I don't want to do taxes. And then the more and more she pushed and I started taxes. And now I'm going into my 9th season of doing taxes. And I just fell in love with taxes and educating, mainly because of my salon in the beauty industry, educating small businesses, entrepreneurs about taxes, because I always say, like, where would you learn this? Like, where does a new business owner, entrepreneur go to learn this shit? So
yeah,
so you just have to follow me this so I can help you out.
So you basically, okay, hold on 1 second. Let me, I don't know about you, but I can't walk, chew gum, and talk at the same time.
I cannot either.
Okay, there we go. Boom. So you, I don't want to say you were desperate, but what do they say? Like you, oh gosh, darn it. Somebody help me with this one. You know when they say like desperation leads you to like, it's like desperation leads to creation, or did I just make that up? Desperation.
Right. Maybe that's a good one, because I did take notes about the sun is always shining above the clouds. So I have to post that tomorrow because I am taking notes of your saying.
Thank you.
I love them.
There's a lot of isms that I have, Tasha isms.
I love them.
But if you can understand what I'm saying, I don't know if I just made up the whole desperation leads to creation thing. Yeah. If I did, it's coined right here on September, whatever today's date is, December 14th, 2022. But nonetheless, do you understand what I'm saying? So
yes.
Through your business, birthed you wanting to learn how to do it
and really how to understand it, because just like all of us, we have filed taxes for years. Like you said, you've had to file taxes since you started working and getting a W-2, and your parents were no longer claiming you. So we've all had to pay taxes. And I know all we ever hear on the internet is, how much is my refund? And that's all people give a damn about. They don't care what the tax preparer has submitted in their name, because I get all kinds of horror stories with that, where they come to me and like, I did not know, like, yes, I just wanted the refund, but I had no clue that they put a business on there. I've never had a business.
Do you still file? Not you personally, but do you still prepare other people's taxes? You do?
Yes. Of course, that's my business. Now, of course, I have a team because we're growing, thankfully.
Yes.
So, my first tax season, I always tell people, you just have to keep going the first tax season, I think I filed 13 people. You know, you're like all your best friends that are like, okay, well, you know,
You could play with my
have at
taxes
it.
this year.
Yeah,
Right.
do me, try me. And now we're at, well, I would say I used to have a meme that I posted, like now I do 13 in a day. Now I might get like 20, 27 in a day during tax season. So we have certainly grown, thankfully. And thankfully, like earlier this year, I got to do a segment for Access Hollywood because they found my videos on me on TikTok cussing and ranting and raving about taxes. So now we have grown, but I still do work with clients because I want to know what is going on in the tax industry. I mean, I take a lot of classes so that I can, as I always say, this is your favorite tax preparer keeping you in the know. I want you all to know what could we be doing during the year, especially like you said yourself, Natasha, that if you have an LLC and you're a business owner and you come to me at tax time, it's nothing really I can help you with, right? Because your income is already your income. Your expenses are already your expenses. So whatever you owe, you just fuck, then that's what you owe, right? So
listen, every tax preparer needs your energy. I swear to God.
Well, but because I want to break it down so that people know that like we're going to get through this together. Whereas, so if you are following me during the year or right now, I don't know if I'm allowed to give a shameless plug, but y'all want to get
it's
it.
not shameless, please. We want to support you.
I did just because and y'all missed it because I just did my free year-end tax planning class last Thursday, but it was like a 2.5-hour class, giving you all the tax credits, deductions, and then I created a workbook, especially
we could buy
W-2 people. Yes, and right now, in my young lady Raven, she just put the link in my bio, which I wasn't even thinking we were doing this today. I was more for my people. But if you click the link in my bio, you get the replay of the tax class and my workbook. And all the workbook is meant for you to do is like start filling it out now. Get your documents. I have a whole special segment for my business owners. I don't know if you can see that, like all the shit that your tax preparer would need, whether you would file with me or not. You're going to complete this, attach your documents, and scan this whole one big thing to your tax preparer so that even if they're in a rush, even if they forget to ask you about where your kids in daycare, did you adopt, did you buy an electric plug-in vehicle this year, you're going to tell them,
I thought you were going to say buy a kid.
This is all the shit that I qualify for.
Yeah.
So put this credit and deductions on my taxes. And for the business owners, it gives you everything that you can claim, everything you can deduct, home office, your vehicle, all those things, rental property. So yes, shameless plug. So click the link in my bio. And it's only like today, I think she did it for like $49.99. So you cannot beat that shit. Okay.
Wow.
But now let's get back to the good information.
No, this is yummy. Okay, go ahead.
But what I just wanted to say, why I post so much, and I do, try to post, daily or every other day. I mean, social media, which you would know, and I know Rick knows, like social media is a whole full-time job in itself. But I do try to post on a daily basis because I want to be able to help you. Like, what should we be doing before we get to the end of the year, right? So as a new LLC, or if you started it this year, or even last year, how much should I be setting to the side daily, weekly, monthly? So whether you choose to send it in quarterly or we file your taxes, and I'm like, look, if you want to claim this much income because you want to buy some things, then this is how much you're going to owe. But you're fine with it. Like, nope, because you gave me the formula during the year. I got that money sitting in my savings account. When you submit my taxes, I'm going to pay that bill, and we're just going to move on because I've already prepared you all year long what to do.
Sure.
Another thing, unless you had a question, I did want to, before I forget, another big tip. If a lot of your followers, as well as yourself, are business owners, is that we all here, and especially coming from a beauty profession or that industry, tax preparers for forever has always said, oh no, well, write off all this. You can write off this. You can write off this. Oh,
girl,
yeah,
there's people online talking about writing off a G-Wagon. I'm like, you going to jail.
Right. and some of that, and that is a legit play. That is a legit tax play. So, and they can do that. They don't tell you all the details of it. However, what I always want people to know is every situation is different, because if every year Natasha is like, oh yes, write it down, I don't want to pay taxes. So I'm like, girl, we're going to write off this. We're going to write off this because now you got glam. You know, we're going to write off everything because of your show, your equipment, your promotion, marketing, all that. And every year we write your income down to $15,000. Then you come to me and say, oh, Foos, I need a copy of my tax return because I'm about to go buy a house. What do you think that mortgage lender is going to say?
You don't qualify.
He's going to say, Natasha, what the fuck do you think you can buy? And every year you've said $15,000.
Right.
So that is why myself and my clients or my team, we have to have a conversation every year, especially with my small business owners. Like, what is your plan for the next 2 years? Because now if you're not purchasing anything and you have legit things, that's fine with me. We'll write it off all day long. But if you say, Laura, I know, like myself, 2 years ago, I purchased a commercial investment property. Half of it is my tax office. The other half is an event space studio to pay for the tax side, right?
Right.
But of course, and I wanted to do it by myself, no investors, no husbands, no men's, nothing like that. It was one
plural. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted it to be all mine. So, but of course, I had to have a paper trail, right, to say that I was going to be able to pay this mortgage back as well as pay all of my personal things. So that's why I said that sometimes when we see the videos online, that's all fine and good, all the things we can write off. But should you really be writing off all those things every year? You know, like if you're a full-time entrepreneur, your taxes is your buying power. Remember that. So that's my saying of today.
That your taxes is your buying power. You know, it's funny that you say, should you be writing off those things every year? Because I figured if you're going to write it off 1 year, then every year it's got to be written off until it's, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know much about it. But so, all right. So here's the thing. We just came off of a you know, pandemic for the last, you know, 100 years.
Yes.
You know, for the last 3 years,
right?
We still in it, baby. We about to be back in it. I don't know, God forbid. But you know, there was these PP loans that came out, and EID, and you know, FCC and WTF loans, and you know what I'm saying? Like everybody was getting a loan, and now a lot of people are finding themselves in the mud. So I don't even know really what question to ask about that, other than, you know, is there some insight, or have you been talking about this in your courses? Like, and what are probably some common questions or even quick information that you can share with that, if there's anybody in here that got it?
Right. Because the only thing, I mean, if you already got it, just like with any loan. So let's say I got, when I purchased the commercial space, I also got a renovation loan because I wanted to make it look cute, right? And do all of these things. But on my taxes, anytime I get a loan that I'm going to be making monthly payments on, I'm not reporting that on there anywhere on my taxes, right? And the only thing I can deduct, I cannot deduct the monthly payments. I can deduct the interest that I paid on the loan. But now some people did, like I know myself at the salon, we got a small grant from our county, and you get a 1099 that says taxable grant, and we have to put that on our taxes and pay income on it. But like I said, if you receive the PPP money, there was nowhere you had to report that on the loan. There was a question like, hey, did you get it? But I mean, it was no reporting. You didn't have to count it as income. They said they're giving you this money. The economic disaster loan, again, that's a loan. They're giving you the money. When you pay it back, you'll be able, and that's supposed to start, I think, in January, where we're repaying it. And then you would be able to write off the interest. Where everybody got in trouble, though, is those loans were set out to be for small businesses. And I did have legit some clients of mine who have legit, like yourself, if you're a single member LLC, you file a Schedule C, profit or loss from business, which is just attached to your personal return. You're not filing a completely separate business return. And what people were doing to be able to get more of that PPP money, remember, it was like a percentage of your profits from that prior year.
Right.
So people were getting people to make up fraudulent,
like adding employees that didn't exist.
Yes. And even if you didn't have employees, you were considered a gig worker or self-employed. Like you got the money because you were your employer. Just like
Right.
you said, I'm a one woman
Right.
show. So they would have given you money based off of your tax return. And what they're finding out now is that people did not have those legit businesses. They, the numbers were fraudulent because the more profits you claimed on that return, the more of the loan they gave you.
Right.
Right. So that is where we're seeing all over the news now that they're like catching up with people because they're finding out that these were like fraudulent things. Right. Yeah. So scamming heavy in 2022, or like the whole big thing with the, right, said I should have did that.
What? Right. I'm sitting here like, damn, I missed out.
Yeah, so you had to have that Schedule C, or like now people, they are coming back like with that whole big unemployment thing, because normally any other time in the history you had to be a W-2 employee and they were getting the money from your employer.
Right.
This was the first time that they said those of us that are gig workers, self-employed, single member LLCs, they said you could get unemployment.
Yes.
But again, people were filing fraudulent things, and now they're coming back and, going after them. So I have had people, pop up, you'll see the post that now they owe the back money of like $18,000, $20,000. And how you think they're going to get that money back? When
They
you're going to file that?
Listen, they better go to the 101 and 405 freeway. Uh-oh, she might be getting a call.
I know. I tried to cut it off. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're all good now, for sure.
Okay, sorry. I thought I put it on Do Not Disturb. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So that's the things that we're going to see come out now, is that they're, not anything we have to put on our taxes today or, 2022. It's they're catching up with people, and finding out that they had done fraudulent stuff then to get the loans.
So that's what the PPP, and that brings good clarity. I know, to me, understanding conversations, and I hope to, everybody else in the room. You mentioned credit, you mentioned getting loans and grants and things like that. For people who are, new in the LLC space, and they are seeking credit and grants, stuff like that. What advice do you have for that, especially when, perhaps their personal credit might be low or non-existent? Does that trickle over into their business side? And, how does that work?
Yes. Well, from what I've experienced personally, yes, it does. Because anytime that I have ever done anything with the salon, we own 25% or more. Each of us had 25%. And then in the tax business and my event space business, I own 100%. So they normally say anytime a person owns 25% or more, they're going to want your personal financial statement, which you can Google that form. But even if it's a business transaction, they're going to want that. And that's why I always say, for most businesses, and I did this just because I went through M&T Bank and got an SBA loan. We had gotten an SBA loan for the salon, and then now I did it again with the investment property. And the biggest thing I tell people is when you are starting these businesses, you got to leave some money in the bank. You cannot make the money in the business and take it right out and go spend it. Like, you have to show the money or the bank that your business is profitable, that there's some money in the bank. And again, and get small things, even just like they say, like a credit card. A lot of people, I think they talk about like American Express. American Express is my favorite one, just because also it kind of looks cute when you whip that platinum card out and like, bam, so that always just looks cute. But Amex, you can always apply for those and get the points. And then do, a bank credit card, because hopefully that is another big thing. If you're going to start the business, you have to, and that's what I always tell people, like, if you're going to really do a business, you have to start a business and not, like, you can't be playing around. You can't
I'm going to start a business and not do a thing with the business.
No, or you're going to start a business, but then you're going to put in your bio on Instagram, cash only, or like if you're, because they're trying to avoid paying, taxes on the money. So it is just, if you're going to be a legit business, then we need to be a legit business, right? We need to start the LLC, which you would do in your state. We need to go to irs.gov and get a free EIN number. And then we take those two documents and go to the bank with $50, $100 and get a business bank account. Because the IRS does not want to see you mingling money. Like, do not play that game with them. You want to have a separate business bank account. And normally, whatever bank you're at, they will give you a credit card to get it started, right? And then as we are building, yes, you want to take some money out. I always tell my business owners, have a formula. If you are a beauty professional, maybe, or a barber, and you get cash every day, maybe you have a daily formula. Maybe if you are my real estate agents, you might have one huge transaction per month. Mm-hmm. So you maybe do your formula once a month. But that means when I get the money, I'm setting aside a portion that's going to go to my taxes, that's going to go to my business savings, that's going to go to my operating account, and that's going to go to my bill account, right? And hopefully you're doing this personally as well, because also I got my financially fit friends, so we talk a lot about, you know, our finances and our budgeting and savings. Like, y'all just missed my 3 days to 3K class.
Oh, we've been missing a lot over here.
Y'all
like,
been
hello?
missing me. See, he should have. Well, and I think, and then when I saw Rick's other message, I think he had been reaching out to me, but I was in the middle of doing the 3 days and preparing this tax class, so I could not get on because it was like crazy teaching, you know, so many classes, and now I'm gonna like be off for the holiday. But I think that would be the biggest thing. Like the bank, anytime the bank is going to want to, and this makes sense, right? Like if one of, like you said, your nieces or nephews, you know, are on here with you. So if they came to you and wanted a loan to start a business, you're going to want to know, well, how much have you invested personally? Like, I'm not putting up all the money if you have not saved and contributed money. And normally any bank or any SBA loan, you're going to have to show how much have you put up? And a lot of times they're going to want to see a good 25% of what you're asking them to put up. Like, we have to be committed too. We have to be in it with them.
Sure.
So you have to have some money in the bank.
Okay.
That you've saved some.
Now, as speaking of money and banks and cards, I of course I know you're aware, but recently they said that now we have to report. So on these cash paying or pay apps, I want to say the PayPals, the Venmos, Cash Apps, so on and so forth, we now have to report anything over $600. Am I understanding that correctly? Or
Yes. So the first tip would be, you know, they would say, the IRS would say, anytime you earn $1 outside of a W-2, you're a business owner and you should report that money, right? You become a business owner, you're a sole proprietor, you just have not started that LLC yet. So they really don't care where it's coming from, how you got it, any of that. Where this new law is coming is that prior to, like we were saying, a Cash App, a PayPal, a Venmo, Stripe, Square, all of those, they would normally not send you or the IRS a 1099 until you had $20,000 or 600 transactions or more on each of their platforms. So the new law, because they know during the pandemic, everyone started a hot side hustle, a business. Everybody's using Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and all that. So they did change the laws to say now, anytime on any platform, they don't care how many transactions, but any of those platforms, if you earn $600 or more, they are going to send you a 1099 and the IRS. So either way, we should have always been reporting the income to the IRS, like when we do our taxes. However, now there will be a paper trail that they are going to be sending to the IRS and to you. So we need to make sure. So that's even more reason why it's important to keep accurate track of the income, but then use like our tax organizer workbook to keep track of all of those expenses. Yeah. Because then that's just the part of doing business, right? The part of doing business and making money is you have to pay taxes. But we can write it down if you keep accurate record of your expenses, or like I always say, keep it light on yourself, get that business bank account, use one credit card, one debit card, and everything just flows through that account. And then it's so much easier. Or I have a link in my bio to the app that I recommend you use that helps you keep track of your income and expenses as well.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that was a mouthful. And if you know, now you know, Natasha, by now you would know I don't even need to take a breath. I could talk for hours. As my daughter says, I swear, like, you are the only person I know that can talk for hours, and you can just talk to yourself. But once you're talking about taxes and money, like, I'm very passionate about the taxes and money, as you can tell.
kids, I have a 13 and 10-year-old, and they're like, you can literally talk about the paint on the wall, and
Yeah.
you'll sit there for hours, and people will listen to you because you make it interesting. I'm like, hello?
Yep. Yep.
No, I like you. It's the first time I've ever had to really shut up, and I'm like, damn, okay. No, finances is not like my strong suit. I still count on my fingers. Excuse me for everybody making fun of me. I don't care.
No, I do too sometimes. I have a calculator now.
Yeah,
And we have a
listen,
calculator on our phone.
I will pull out the phone super quick. When it comes to tips and all that, I'll be, excuse me, let me put this in
Yep.
here real quick. So taxes, you got to imagine, it's like, a whole nother language in my brain, but you have a very, energetic way of explaining it. So I hope everybody in here is finding very useful moments to
Yes, I
add
hope
to
so.
your life. Yeah. So shout out to everybody that's in here. We have tax preparer extraordinaire, gorgeous Laura Foos, teaching us,
Thank you.
just different ways to navigate tax season. Everybody's getting ready for the biggest gift giving season of the year. But I know a lot of us as people are spending money from the bottom of their feet.
Yeah.
They forget about tax season, which starts in a month.
Yes. Don't remind me.
Why do you? Yeah. So like, why do you think? I just said taxes. It's just so boring and daunting. Why do you think, in your own experience, why do you think taxes is just such a dreadful time for people?
Because I think that they've never provided the education so that we understand it. And people hear, oh, those people get $6,000 refunds, $10,000 refunds.
Yes.
And then we have other people that owe $30,000 or $40,000, but no one ever explains it. So they're like, wait a second, why are they getting 10, but I'm over here owing 30?
Right.
So it is like, oh,
wait, can we?
God.
Well, hold on. Can we open a tab real quick? Okay, I want to open a tab. Oh, no, this is so important because I think I'm owed money.
Yeah.
Because
you might be.
okay, so here's the deal. People have told me, did you get this? Did you get that? And I'm like, no, hello, no. And they're like, how much did you get back on your taxes? I'm like, $50 or something dumb. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you should have gotten back like $15,000. I was like, your mother. What?
See,
I am never.
Like I said, but again, right. But again, it's always based on every situation is completely different. Like if you just have a W-2, now I have people who make six figures and they get back $20,000. I have people who make the same amount of income and they owe $20,000. But that could be because some people are disciplined and do what they're supposed to do and have money withheld. They have taxes withheld on their W-2, and other people make six figures and like, I'm not fucking paying them. And then at the end of the year, it's like, well, what do you want me to do with that? If you have not paid taxes and you make $100,000, somebody is paying something. Like you got to pay something. So that's why I said, even the same person making the same amount of money, it depends on what you are doing during the year. Other situations, like yours, now when you do hear of the people who are getting, those large refunds of maybe $10,000 and they have 3 children, they're getting earned income credit, but that is for lower to moderate income families. So they're probably only making $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a year. So maybe for someone like yourself who's making all that money, Natasha, you're not.
No, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I'm broke as hell. No, we need all the money over here.
Like but when your income is above, and even a lot, unfortunately, like a lot of tax credits for like some of the children, if you pay daycare expenses for children, all those things, once you get to a certain income level, all of those credits phase out. So that's why, unfortunately, it really is. I mean, and I never mind like looking at someone's return to see if you really did miss something. But a lot of times it would be based on what do you pay? Are you having anything withheld during the year? If you're a business owner, are you paying any estimated taxes during the year? Like the game of taxes, or for me, or the goal of me doing taxes is to bring down your taxable income so that as a W-2 person, I get you more of that taxes back that you had withheld, which would be in your box 2 of your W-2. right? Because most of the time, if you don't have children and you're making a decent income, the most you're going to get back is what's in that box too. Like, that's how much taxes you've withheld. And my goal is to try to get you back as much of that as I can. On the business owner side, because you're making money all year long, you've paid no taxes all year long. My goal is to work through your situation, take your income, do all the deductions, and say, okay, this is the amount that you would owe, and then see, okay, and is that income level good for what you have planned for the next 2 years?
Right.
Like, can we show that you only made 20? Or if you're looking to buy a certain level of home, do you need to show that you made 60? And so then you may have to pay $20,000 in taxes if you never paid anything all year long, right?
What about people who like forget to file a year for whatever reason? They're like, okay, well, I didn't file in, this year, and it's like 2 years later. Is there a cutoff time? Can they still file?
The only thing that they would say is that if you are due a refund, which is crazy, but I do have quite a few clients that come to me and maybe they have 4 or 5 years that just like time flew by and they were really due a refund. They would say they will only go back 3 years and give you a refund. Of course, if you owe, you will owe. Like,
so they're going to they'll take your money, but they won't give it to you?
Yeah, they always got some shit with them. That's why I said we don't want to be playing with them people. We don't want to play with them people.
So if I owe, they'll take my late taxes. But if they owed me money, if I'm past the 3-year cutoff,
you're not going to get it. So that's why we try to make such a big effort to make it easy. Like most of my clients, I handle all of my clients remotely. So you could be anywhere in the country and we can file your taxes. It's all done through an online system. Then we review over the phone or online. So we try to make it as easy as possible so that you are filing every year. And then what could eventually happen, or a lot of times what happens is you'll start getting letters from them. Like, hey, we see you got this income and you ain't filed taxes. You need to file your taxes.
That's crazy. Shout out to the room. I just want you all to know, as much as I've been, these are questions that, I think we all would want to know. I want you all here that's live to, throw it in the question box. If you have a question, I do see a question right now that I'm going to pull up on the screen. But if there's anybody in here.
Don't be giving no off the wall, no questions that are too hard.
Well, this one is, can they tax on Instagram badges or donations? That's a good question because,
Yes, because now we can all earn money for our reels that we post, right? So most of you, our accounts monetized with reels, with badges. But yeah, so Bestie, with that, just like I said, the IRS, as soon as you make $1 outside of an income of a W-2, you are now a business owner. So whether you set up that LLC or not, we're going to add that Schedule C, a profit or loss from business, and add that income. And Instagram, just like, and I don't know if y'all know, but like Instagram, you'll see when they pay it out, like on your bank account says like Meta, and then sometimes it'll say Facebook. So you're going to get a 1099 from them too. Like they're a business and they have to be able to write off what they have paid you. So you're going to get 1099. Right. So that's what I always say. It's just not, and what happens is if you don't claim the income, they're going to send you a letter 2 or 3 years later, like, hey, we got your taxes, but you forgot to file this income, and now you owe us this money because now there's no deductions that I could put against it, right? They're just saying, here's the income, and this is what you owe. So that's always why I just always think it's better. Do not play with them people. Just claim all the money and then let's be creative, or click the link in my bio so you can get the workbook and we're going to help you come up with all of the expenses that you can deduct. Like it's just not playing with those people. It's just not worth it.
I want to get into this workbook because the more and more I see it, I'm a workbook, scheduler, calendar junkie, and I as much as I hate taxes, I want your workbook. It looks good.
No, and I will say now this was not something that like somebody else did. Like this took me weeks to create this shit. So y'all had better like value this damn workbook. But I mean, it is really just like I went through my tax software system, and like just for an example, this is like an income income sheet of all the different types of income you might have. And you're going to tell your tax preparer, this is how many documents I have in any notes. So like between you and your spouse or you by yourself, I had 2 W-2s, 3 1099s, etc. And then it's going to tell you about standard deductions, but it's really going to get into like, okay, it's small, but y'all can't see it. But it is going to tell you like a child tax credit, dependent care credit, earned income credit, American Opportunity Credit. Like,
wait, isn't there a marriage credit? Isn't there a marriage credit? Like somebody said, like there's a benefit to being married when it comes to taxes. I was like, what?
Well, you get a higher standard deduction if you and your spouse file together. So it is much higher than any of the other standard deductions, and that's in here. But like for these credits, even if your tax preparer forgets to ask you, and I tell people honestly, you know, during tax season, they normally open up the end of January, and it's done this year will be April 18th because Emancipation Day falls on the 17th, the 15th is on the weekend. So you'll have until 18th, but really, so what is that? February, March, and half of April. So we have 2.5 months to get all of these people done. So I probably do not have time to go with every single client like, oh, I didn't receive from you a 1098 from your child's college. Do you think the fuck I can remember every client that has a child in college? Like, be honest, like, be realistic, right? So that's why I created the workbook, thinking if your tax preparer does not ask you, I want you to tell your tax preparer all of the credits and deductions that you qualify for. And I have put here, these are the documents that you should get together. Because, of course, during tax season, if I have to keep stopping to ask you for documents, you're going to the bottom of the pile. So
right.
I want you all to get everything together, all the documents that you need. Like a lot of people forget they can write off student loan interest. Well, you have to have a 1098E for your student loan interest. No one ever prints that out. No one ever sends that shit. So now I got to stop, put you at the bottom of the pile, and you got to just go pull it offline, which will take you 2 minutes. But if you send it to me ahead of time, I can just get all your stuff together.
Right.
And then you'll, like I said, so that's a lot. And then it'll go into the business, like a separate section for my business owners, like, and it lists for you so you don't forget any of that income that we were just talking about, Cash App, PayPal, Square, Venmo.
Speaking of business, can you write off your LLC fees?
Yes.
Hello?
And here's a whole page of all the things you can deduct. Yes, you're going to deduct all of that. And then there is a page explaining about your vehicle expense, a mileage log if you're going to
You can write off your car notes?
Yep. A portion you can depreciate the vehicle is what you would do. And then business use of home, a lot of people forget about that. So it's just a worksheet because I want you to be able to go to your tax preparer, whether it is me, like I said, this is for any tax preparer, right? So whether you go to me or not, you will be able to complete everything and take it to your tax preparer, scan them one big file, go to Staples, don't like send them all individual pages, scan them one document with all of your documents, the workbook filled out, like, look, this is all the shit I qualify for. So put it all on there. So yes, click the link in my bio.
Yes. Do you say, can you tell us how much it is, or is it like one of
only
the...
$49. Plus you're going to get the workbook. Plus you get the replay of my 2.5-hour tax class that I did last week, which was called 5-Year in Tax Tips.
Wait. Let me hold on. You're going too fast for me. Hold on. Rewind on the play. Okay. So, because I want to be able to promote you properly, even when you're not here. So okay, come on, pen. Don't fail me now, damn it. Okay, here we go. Just act normal. So for $49,
yes,
we're getting the workbook.
Yes, so the workbook is over 30 pages of credits, deductions, business deductions, and it's called My Tax Organization Notebook or Workbook. And then you're also going to get the replay of the 2.5-hour tax class I did last week live. So I'm sorry y'all missed that because that tax class was free. A lot of classes I'll do them on Zoom, but they will be free. So like I said, we sell the replay, but if you would have got the class I normally do classes all the time and they're free. Mm-hmm. So it's a 2.5-hour tax class called 5-Year in Tax Tips. Like what could we be doing before the end of the year, preparing, and then when we let our W-2 employees get off, then I did a special segment just for my business owners, going over their deductions, deadlines, estimating taxes. How do you estimate your taxes? And all of those things.
Okay, so that's what we're getting for $49, a comprehensive tax workbook and the replay of your 2.5-hour tax class.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So just skip DoorDash like twice this week and you can get the workbook.
You said skip it?
Yeah, skip DoorDash and that would pay for the workbook. You have
look at me, because shout out to the room that knows that I be out here hustling. I'm thinking to myself, what you mean skip it? I gotta go DoorDash tonight so I can pay for this. Oh, you talking about people who order.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens.
You work DoorDash, and me on the other hand, I'm ordering.
You be ordering.
DoorDash.
So you go ahead and order. So when you order and you see me pop up to your house, you be like, you know what, girl, since you brought me my food tonight, I got you.
Yes.
You guys,
I'm gonna send you the workbook.
You be like two more deliveries and you can pay for this workbook tonight. It's all good. It's all good.
I love it.
No, this is amazing.
Now, I don't know all the technology part behind it, but since you had me on the show, and I can already tell I have quite a few followers, and a few people have said that they need a new tax repair. So I have to ask Raven. So don't buy it tonight, but I'll figure out how to send you the link for free. Now, I don't do that because, like I said, as I'm growing, as we growing in our business, we do the things that we know we're good at, and then we pay people to do things that they are good at. So yes. I am not the best at setting up the emails and the automation and all that shit behind the scenes. Yeah. So I'll ask Raven, like, how can I get it so that we can send it to her for free?
Wait, so what you gonna send to me? You gonna send the link for your class so the people can watch it?
Yeah, well, so you get the workbook in the class for free to say thank you for having me on tonight.
Me?
Yes.
You're going to give it to me?
Yeah. Yes, because I appreciate you. I mean, no, of course, because I saw in the chat, we had a lot of new people following me. A lot of people said that they needed a tax repair. So I appreciate you for sharing your community with me. Hopefully we're helping them.
Oh, my God. Thank you. My heart is beating so fast. I'm like, y'all, you see how much I love my people? I thought you were giving me a link, the link to your class. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I want to send you the workbook in the class for free. So you just have to inbox me your email address. So I'm going to figure out how to send you the stuff so you'll have it for free.
Oh, my gosh. It's time for me to go. I got to take these headphones out. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Because you know what? And I told you, I said, this is not my strong suit whatsoever. And it's so funny. My best girlfriend from high school, finance and all of this stuff has always been her thing. And she said, girl, somebody will rob you blind as you're sitting. I said, they really would. And she said, don't worry, I'll be with you your whole life. I will make sure nobody robs you.
But that's why, like I said, you get around people, just like I said, I have created a team of like things that I don't do well. So, you learn to trust people and like, you're good at that, I'm good at that, and then it all works. So you're good at developing a community. So then I'm gonna be like, thank you for your community, and I'm gonna. Yes, I can't wait for you to get your workbook. You're gonna print it out and put it in a cute notebook.
And I just got my LLC, so I'm a new LLC owner. Not like yesterday, but you know what I'm saying. Anything under 6 months is new. So, yes. So I am new, and when I got the, all the stuff that the state sends you and all that stuff, I was like, oh my God, I started crying, and I was all by myself because, I know you see me looking off screen, but you can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a whiteboard, and this is my functioning whiteboard, that I have here. And I wrote the business name on there, and, it gave me chills, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know how to do this, but I'm trusting that the people that I, trust to teach me, and, and I really wanted to smarten up because I do joke about being financially ignorant, but it is scary because there's a lot of people ready to, rob you blind, and that's the reality. And a lot of people know she ain't the lightest bright bulb in the pack when it comes to finances. But when you step out and you do get this whole LLC and then the business and I have friends who unfortunately went to jail because of tax fraud.
Oh, look, I don't. And now my followers will let you know, now that I don't mess around, because a lot of times what happens is the tax preparer is the one that goes to jail, and I'll be down. Y'all get a refund, and I'll go to jail. No.
What do they call it? Club Fed.
I can provide advice advisement and guidance.
Yeah.
But I will be like, hold up, I think you probably got to submit that under your name because you're not putting that under my name.
Oh yeah. No. So I, but just to know that I was doing this, and then all of a sudden my excitement went to extreme fear, and I was scared. And so I've really been studying up. I'm not going to be dumb for long. And so, having you here, although you said a lot of stuff, I gotta really replay all this. I am excited. Your workbook excited me. I was like, okay, I'm going to DoorDash after the show, and I'm going to buy this.
Help you.
Yeah.
Yes, it will really help you. And like I said, and a lot of it, especially on the business side, I even tell people, like the one sheet you'll see about your expenses, you can even print that out and make copies and do it monthly, so that you should be looking at your numbers every month and then just add them up, for the
what about
year when it's time to
receipts?
Go do your
Is that a thing? Is that a thing in 2022? Receipts?
Yes, that is a whole thing.
Receipts always work.
And I'll take it an even step further because we've always heard that the receipts, which is why I also refer the app, like the link in my bio will give you 50% off, give you my savings, but it allows, and I have a video somewhere on my page even where now, of course, y'all know 2022 is the last year, or they are allowing us to do 100% of meals for business purposes that you go to a restaurant. Most years you can only deduct 50%. 2022, they're trying to get, stimulate the economy, get us back outside. We're going out to eat. They want us in the restaurants. You can write off 100%. So, that means every time I go out to eat, we are discussing business, right? So what I can do is through the app, I can write on that receipt while I'm out to eat. You have to record who was there, what business you discussed, and it has to have the date and the amount, right? And that's already pre-printed on the receipt. And what the best thing to do, makes it easy. You can take a picture of it, and you can even email it to yourself so it goes to the QuickBook app I recommend, and then it will meet up with your bank account in the back. If that's too much for, if that's too overstimulating, getting into the QuickBooks and the app and all that.
I wrote it down.
Yes, but the link is in my bio. You'll get savings. But yes, you do have to keep a receipt. And I even had a client is going through, they had wanted some of her receipts because especially your state, not the federal, but a lot of times your state is going to say, we want you to verify this. So you have to have your receipts. Now the IRS has even said, well, to make sure you're not just using someone else's receipts, because I will say, I save receipts for everything, just in case, a client were to get a letter or need
I save them and throw it away.
Yeah, so now you're going to save all of your receipts, keep an envelope. I have a pouch in my car, just throw them in there, or something on your desk. But now the IRS has got hip, and if you are ever in a full-blown audit, they want to see that receipt matches your bank statement to know that it's your receipt, that you didn't just get it from someone else.
Damn. Okay. I know. Listen, we've kept you here longer. We've kept you here longer than we said. I'm so grateful. I'm so sorry. I'm super grateful that you lended us some extra time. Thank you, Raven. Yes. Raven. Thank you for allowing her to stay. Before you run out of here, there's a word in the question box. There's a question, but there's a word. Also, what is safe harbor? I've never heard of that. Safe harbor, and how much does it allow you to contribute in a year? I was told there's a way to contribute $50,000 if I have employees.
I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will tell you, if something is above my pay grade, I'll let you know. And then I'll tell you, Google it first. So that is the other thing. If something that I am not familiar with, I always tell people, if you go to irs.gov, everything is right there. So most of the time, if I'm posting something, I try to make sure I go to the IRS site and get the information so y'all know it is actual and factual. But if it's something you can DM me and I'll do some research for you to double check. But yeah, I was certainly always honest with people. If I don't know, I'm gonna tell you I don't know that.
Look, when I start biting my cuticles, I'm like, tell me more.
Yeah, I do have year-end planning where they tell you, you can contribute so much to a 401k or an IRA. And sometimes small business owners, as you are your own employee as a small business owner, there is a self-employment plan where I think you could contribute up to 66,000, 61 or 66,000.
And then,
so maybe that's what that is.
And then do you speak? Oh, I totally cut you off. I'm sorry. There was a
That's
slight
fine.
delay. Did you finish your thought?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
I did. They
Okay.
can tell them to DM me and we can look into it more because I don't know about that off the top of my head.
I would really love for you to come back. I know you're about to like get crazy as soon as the ball drops. Happy New Year. Okay, Ray, ha ha ha, and blah
Yeah.
blah blah, and ha ha. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, okay, Raven, it's time. It's 1 minute after midnight. Get all the champagne flutes out of here and bring all the computers.
Yeah.
If we can borrow some time right before you get swamped.
Yeah, because the IRS normally will not. Right now, they have posted the date as January 24th. So maybe somewhere like right before that, or even in the first week, we're not that busy because they're not due to send out W-2s or 1099s till January 31st.
Okay.
So then we don't want to get crazy till people have started to get their documents. And another quick thing, just add this also, Natasha, that for those that are small business owners, another thing we have to remember so that to substantiate the things we write off, anytime we are paying a contractor or someone else $600 or more, we can issue them a 1099, right? From us to say that we paid you this money for your services. So you're not an employee of mine, but you were a contractor that we did work with. So I can issue you like a lot of times in trucking, they issue 1099s to their drivers like myself. I issue 1099s to my tax preparers that I pay as 1099 commission people.
Okay.
So we want to make sure, because that deadline would be January 31st for us as well, that we have to issue 1099s.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is so
I'm
like
sorry.
fruitful, and like we want to, somebody asks, do you work with a lot of gig economy workers like the Uber drivers and things like that?
Yeah, and a lot of mine are now, just because, like I said, you'll see, and now that you follow me, most of like a lot of the tips, so most of my followers all have small businesses, they're entrepreneurs, so that's most of my following. So yes,
This is okay. I got to release you back to your real life. You've extended your time well beyond what we told you.
I had so much fun with y'all. I could talk about this all night long. So thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being amazing. Thank you, Raven, for being here with us. Thank you to all of your people that came in with you.
Yes, I saw some of them. Yes, but I can't do two things at once.
No, I know.
I'm trying to like watch you and not like look at all.
No. It's all good. I'm grateful for it all. Tell me what your favorite color is.
Orange.
Okay, so listen, Laura Foos, it was a pleasure to have you. Everyone right now, make sure that you are following Laura Foos. Even if you've got your own tax preparer, even if you've known taxes your whole life, I think your energy is amazing and you deserve. I want everybody in here, all of the Tasha troops, y'all know what to do. Please follow her. If she said some amazing gems to you, if you felt her energy, follow her now. Support her. Watch out for the 12 days of tax.
Oh, somebody screenshot us so I can like repost this in my stories. Somebody screenshot us and tag us. Oh yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, because you hate when they get the screenshots and like both of our mouth is like wide open or something.
Oh, wait, do it again, because whenever I do my cover photos, it's okay. Ready, and okay. I think they got it. I like it. I'm seeing orange. Oh, my back office girl, she's on it. Did you see all the orange hearts coming in as we were talking?
Yes,
there they go. That's for you.
Thank y'all so much. And thank you, Rick Party Live, for reaching out. I appreciate him for the connection.
Yes.
And I will talk to you soon. And please inbox me, seriously, your email address, and I'm going to figure out how to get you the email that has the information on it.
Yes. As soon as I finish the show and we go into post-production, I get all the reminders. So I will definitely be emailing you. I'll DM it to you. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Yep, perfect.
Laura Foos, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, I got you. I think. Okay, there we go. Wowzers. Hello, everybody. Wow. Her energy, like, what's funny? First of all, before I get into that, I want to shout out Laura Foos, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Where's my soundboard is messed up. Here we go. I want to shout out Laura Foos. Thank you so much, Laura, Raven, And every single person that came in with Laura, shout out to you. That was super dope. Like, when I tell you, when Rick was like, we're having a tax prepare on, I'm like, bro, what? No. And he's like, Natasha. And I'm like, I don't, like, you're not going to convince me why I need a tax. Like, we're 12 days away from Christmas. Why do I want a tax prepare on the show? And he's like, didn't I tell you to trust me? I'm like, I don't trust you. And then he sent me her page. And I was like, okay, maybe I trust you. She's cute. Oh, man. And then, of course, you all know, leading up to the show, I always get nervous. I don't care who my guest is. I'm always like, how's this going to go? How is this going to go? And you got to imagine, we're having a tax prepare on. I'm like, how is this going to go? And so he calls me about less than an hour before the show. And he goes, yep. So, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, not really. No, because, sidebar for everybody who knows about the show yesterday. I'm just saying. And I was like, I'm exhausted. Okay. And he goes, well, let me explain something to you, Natasha Simona. When I hear my whole name in his like real like radio voice, I'm like, oh shit. And he goes, you better match her energy. I said, baby, she better match my energy. She's a tax lady. You're telling me to match her energy? Did you tell Miss Laura Foos that she's got to match my energy? Hello, what do you mean? He goes, you know what he says? He goes, Natasha, trust and believe. You're not ready. So just remember, when she comes on your show, you got to match her energy. I'm like, whatever. Wasn't her energy 12 million? 1,200 million? Look at, oh, look, I just opened her, I just opened Rick's communication with me. He said, I told you that you had to match her energy, and he put a laughing face. So you know I'm not lying. I swear to God, this is live. That was dope. I hope you all learned something. I hope it, validated anything that you didn't know, knew before, whatever. She is absolutely, definitely coming back on the show. So worry you not. Worry you not. I'm going to have her back. I can't wait to get that workbook, though. I'm like a workbook junkie. Hello? And she's pretty. Don't be surprised if I come on the show with short hair tomorrow. I'll just say Laura did it. Everyone. Oh, hold on. I have an unboxing. Let me see if my kids want to be in here. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Just act normal and listen to the music. Give me 2. All right. We're doing an unboxing really quickly. I'm just waiting for 10 and 13 to come in the room. I want to shout out the room. I want to thank everybody so far that's been here. We're about to do an unboxing, and I'm really excited. Oh, let me turn this down. I'm like competing with the music. Shout out to everybody that supported the wish list. I did, I've been telling you I'm going to separate the list. I'm going to separate the list because I had one list for both of the boys, and you all are like, I don't know who wants what. Well, now the boys have officially 2 separate wish lists. It says Amir, and then I put 13, and then 10, who's AJ. So the boys have separate wish lists, and I've named it their Christmas list. So I just want to thank everybody that has even asked. You know what I'm saying? So thank you all who asked for the boys list. It's done. It's up there. And I thank you. I'm in like super, super deep gratitude for you even asking. So that's done. So if you want their wish list, it is in the link in the bio. You click the link in my bio and it says the boys wish. Oh, shit. I didn't update the link in my bio. Oh, Christ. The boys have a list. I've separated it, but I forgot to update it in the link in my bio. So I guess I'll have to do something super corny, like screenshot. What do you think, Amir? Screenshot it, like when I'm done with the show and I separate it, screenshot it and then put it in my stories or something. Yeah. Huh? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'll figure it out. But I listen. You got to work with me in small dosages, okay, everybody? I've separated the list. Everybody say hi to 13. Who are you? 10. Say hi to 10.
Hi. How are you?
He smells so good. You must have just taken a shower. What's this stuff all over your mouth? Oh, hi. Okay. Hi, 13. Oh, come say hi to everybody. Here's 13. Okay. Well, watch my bag. There's things to break. Okay, come. Oh, look, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
What in the deep voice? Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, come let me kiss you. Ooh. You smell so good too. All right. Okay, here's the unboxing. Okay, hello? No, give me the scissors. Why? Oh, all right, go ahead. 10 is going to do this unboxing. Here we go. Oh, Nisa says hi, guys. Hi. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, let me get the notes first before they drop on the floor. All right, let's see. Oh! It is. Let's open it. Let me. Where's the scissors? I need the scissors. Okay. It is. I know exactly what this is. It is. I know what it is. I'll keep you in suspense for 12 more seconds. I do need help, but I think I'm getting. Oh no, I got it. This is, you all know that I like to sometimes sit in the coffee shop by my children's school and do my work, but I've been taking my laptop out raw, just dropping it in my bag. And this is a lovely, lovely laptop holder. Oh, present it to everybody.
Oh, you have handle.
You got to speak into the mic. Okay, go ahead.
A handle for easy transportation. A separate pocket for extra devices or whatever. And have, pretty sure this clip on to a backpack or something.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Maybe.
Or maybe like when you're traveling, you slide it onto your luggage and then you...
Oh, yeah, that too. And then we also have, and then this big pocket can fit computer.
Okay, and let's talk about the coloring and everything. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, talk about the color.
So basically, the color is
The design and stuff.
The design is a nice. This side has a soft blue, and this side goes more into the murky water.
Into the murky waters?
In the murky, clear waters of.
Okay. I love it. Is it nice? You like it? Okay. Thank you. What did you say, Sonny? Hold on. What? Oh, my son said I'm giving you all a promo for free. He said Amazon has to pay me. That's okay. Thank you, Sonny. I love you. I'll see you guys in a second. All right. I'll see you guys in a second. Thank you so much. Aw, shout out to 10 and 13. Thank you so much for my gift. Okay, so I did contact, so I didn't know what was in the package. However, this person sent me a message because this person knows sometimes I neglect going to the mailroom. And I get a message earlier saying, "Hey, Tosh," and she puts the winking eye. She says, "You might have something in your mailroom." I was like, "Oh!" And so I go to the mailroom and I had something. So, you clearly saw me open it live. And so I always like to ask you all, like, for those of you who, like, kind of nudge me and say, go to the mailroom or something, I always, obviously I know something is coming from you, but I always ask your permission before I say your name because, I respect all of your privacy and privacies. Is it privacy? I respect all of your privacy. Okay, anyway. And so she is going to remain anonymous. But for those of you who don't let me know to go check the mailroom and I get your note, you know what you got. So, anyhow, we work it out that way. So I'm going to read it, but I will not say her name. She says, Enjoy your gift, Tosh. Sending love and thanks, but shh. Just call me a grateful listener. Hello? Oh, I didn't, yeah. So that, with that said, if you ever want to send me something and you don't want me to say your name, in wherever it pops up for you to write a note, just leave me a quick note and say, don't say my name, or, it's fine for you to reveal who I am. Just let me know in the note. With that said, thank you so much to my grateful listener. I'm grateful for you, because you really don't have to be here. I don't know how many times a day you watch me. 2 shows, 1 host, the Natasha Simona sequence. I'm not sure how long you stay, or even how long you've been here, but to my grateful listener, I appreciate you and I thank you for my lovely laptop bag. And what's interesting is when I was out yesterday with my laptop, I dropped it in my bag and I was just out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I got to put this thing in a case or else I'm going to scratch it up and I'm going to be really upset. So this is going to use immediately. Shout out to everybody. That's my time. That is the show. That is the show. I am so overwhelmed with gratitude for all of your support. Thank you to everyone that has contributed to the wish list for myself and the wish lists for the boys. I'll update the link in the bio for the boys wish list. So, give me some time right after the show and I'll do it. I just want to say, if you've enjoyed the show, please make sure that you follow our guest tonight, Laura Foos. If you have not already followed her, if you didn't follow her yet, her name is in the reminder post that I posted on my page. But if you wait about 10 minutes after the show and I populate this show, of course, I'll definitely have the replay. Her name will be in there as well. So worry you not, I got you covered. I want to thank all of you. If you've enjoyed the show and you enjoy my content and you find it in your heart to tip your host, my Cash App is Golden Mommy, GOLDENMOMMY. That's me. That's my Cash App. Golden Mommy. All of your donations have always been appreciated. No matter what, it's never too small, ever. Some of you send me these messages saying, it's just a little something. I want you all to know your little somethings literally go a long way. It keeps me off of the Uber streets. It really does. And it keeps the lights on and it just helps me focus on us over here. So I do thank you. I really appreciate you. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think I'm cleared. I have been keeping better notes. And that's the show. You can click the link in my bio. You can have fun with that and click away. Thank you all for loving me. Thank you all for supporting me. I am definitely having a morning show tomorrow. The morning show is coming back tomorrow, everybody, please. It is back. I will be back on here tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and I come right back on in the evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night, we have an amazing producer. We have a producer. He's young. He's energetic. He's got a couple of movies out there on the Tubi channel. Okay, so he's got movies out there that we can actually watch, and I'm really excited to meet Aaron Johnson tomorrow night. Everybody, 2 shows, 1 host, the Natasha Simona sequence. Get your shoes on, put your glasses down, get your phones, your computers, and anything that you've been charging in the wall over there, get it and get on out of here, everybody, because that's the show. If you have napkins in your hands, please don't drop it on the floor. Throw it in the trash, because why? That's disgusting. Everybody, please leave my cups. Please leave my glasses. The budget is not big enough for you to take it home for free. But, baby, it's coming soon. It is coming soon. Everybody, please, I'm so glad you came here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Please put your shoes on. I don't know who walked into the studio today, but your feet were really funky. I won't call you out, but I definitely had security sniff it out real quick. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks. Yeah, those shoes can't come back here. So if you see it again, it's a big no. Soak their feet in baking soda and vinegar. Everybody, listen, I hope you grab your stuff, because once that elevator goes down, it's not coming back up until tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. I love you all so much. I am in deep gratitude for you all. And now, as I turn this off, I am going to mother my children. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.